Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Beth, for all of y'all that have never been here before. Tonight we're going to be doing resin again, and we're going to be using the Latte Resin Epoxy Resin. And Latte Resin sent me their box of 48 alcohol inks. It came in the mail today, and so we're going to be playing with that with a little bit of paper in a silicone mold. We'll see how it turns out. So I'm going to flip this around and we're going to get started. Okay. And I did play with putting the camera over to the side, but for something like this, straight down is better. So that's the way we're going to go. We're going to be using this mold. I have not used this in a long time. But we're going to try this. And then this is the Latte Resin alcohol inks. They sent me. I've not opened it yet. It's the 48 pieces. Now, I do have some of the Latte Resin alcohol inks. Ink. But I don't have the 48 piece set. I don't know if this has got the sinker white in it. I'm hoping it does. We will find out. Okay. We're also going to be using some Latte Resin mica powders. We're going to be using some paper that comes inside the Amazon paper packages that they ship stuff out. If you turn it inside out, a lot of those brown envelopes have got this stuff inside. And I kept it. Of course I did. And it's been sitting there, and I thought, oh, let's try it. I mean, you know, what do we have to lose here? We do have some resin. But this is going to be a lot of filler, so it's going to take less resin, not let's resin. Y'all, you may want to turn on the captions tonight. I don't know. I did notice on my last video that when I have my respirator on, and I will always wear my respirator, you really can't understand me well. I actually knew what I was saying, and I had to turn the captions on when I rewatched it. And yes, I do rewatch all my videos. Well, most of them. That's how I learn. Is it helping? I don't know, but I do that because I want to know what everybody else sees, and I don't see it when I'm actually doing it. So I wanted to show you, of course. If you watched my last video, you know I love my frog. I absolutely love my frog. There is not anything about it that I do not like. And that is going in the booth. What you did not see, and I went ahead and took them out. This is just so smooth. I didn't have to do anything with that. I put a little bit of rub and buff right around the edges because there was a couple of spots. I think there was 3 little tiny air bubbles, and that's some rub and buff that got on there that I can wipe off. Okay, I can take alcohol and get it, but look at that. I love the way that this turned out. I am very happy with the way that turned out. And that's a soap dish. And I just thought that was so cool. And the same thing with this. I love the way, you know, the little glass pieces that I put, I like it. It looks sort of like a flower. I did put gold around there because the same thing. There was a few little air bubbles. But look at the sides. I really like the way that even on that. See the way? And that's the bottom. It's a piece of fuzz. That's from the I just think it's so pretty. I'm very, very happy with the way that both of those pieces turned out. And I told you that I would show you on my next video, and that's what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and open these and see what is inside this poor little X-Acto. I've got other blades to go in there, but I like to keep a dull X-Acto knife. I have extra molds over here too in case I make too much resin. And this is going to get messy with that paper. I can tell you that right away. Okay. This is the 48 piece set. Oh, I like the fact that it has... Oh, yes. Woohoo! It's got the sinker white. Woohoo! That's a good thing. I wasn't sure. But I'm glad. Oh, it's got the instructions. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've used any of their alcohol ink. And it looks like it's going to be way more pigmented than most of them. So we will find out. But that is, I'm going to set that up there so you can see. That is all the colors. And that right there is the sinker white. And I'm going to see if I can do this. I don't know what's on the bottom. I can always tape this back. No, there's nothing on the bottom. Okay. Well, at least this way I can see the colors better. So that's the sinker white. I know I want one of those. I also want a copper or a gold. Let me look. That's a cranberry. Oh, let me just look at this. The Latte. Nope, that's red. That's yellow. Wow, okay. They're not in any order either. Ooh, rosewood. What's rosewood look like? Ooh, that's pretty. But I want the Latte, I think. Okay. That's cranberry again. Yeah, they're not in order, y'all, just to let you know. It's yellow. It's dark walnut. I think this is going to be too dark. Oh, that's sort of grayish looking. No, I don't want that. I'm looking at the card. I have no idea what it's really going to be like. That's peach. I'll tell you what, looking at the bottoms, you can't tell. Brown. I got brown. But I wanted the coffee. I really wanted the Latte, but I don't think I'm ever going to find the Latte. Okay. There's the coffee. Let me keep that out. That's orange. I want to find the black too. Ooh, that's pretty. I want to try them all, but I can't do that tonight. That's yellow. I mean, some of them I know are not it. You can tell that that's green. That's lemon yellow. Brown. Got the coffee out. I want the Latte. peach, dandelion yellow, I bet that's pretty too, raspberry, cranberry, I pulled that cranberry out several times, apricot, ooh, I bet you apricot. What does apricot look like on here? I don't think I'd follow this color guide exactly either, because it's going to depend. That's what apricot looks like, and it's going to, we may keep this out. It's going to depend on how much. I really like that rosewood. I keep pulling that out too. Here's the reddish brown too. I still have not found the latte, y'all. Or the black. Ooh, I found the black. Okay. Oh, there's two blacks? Oh, there's two blacks. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Oh, there's three blacks. Well, my word. Okay, you know how stubborn I am. So, yep, we're going down the rows. Okay. I know that's blue. I don't have to look. I know that's blue. I don't have to look, but I'll look. That's orange. That's blue. That's green. That's green. That's black, black, and black. Okay. Those are two whites. That's a brown. That's a, I don't know what that is. A reddish color. That is a dark indigo. Orchid. That's a green. That's a midnight blue. That's a green. That's a blue. That's aqua. That is rose. That's olive green. Ooh, I love olive green too. That's dandelion yellow. Raspberry, that is not latte. And pear. Ooh, but that's a pretty color too. They got a lot of pretty colors in here. I would love to try them all. There's an aqua. I should have known that was cranberry. Peach. Latte. Okay. Yeah, we're going to keep it all in brown tones. And yes, I'm taping this back. It was just easier for me to do it this way than to try to do it. Well, I thought it was going to be. I don't know if it was or not, but we're going to put all this stuff back, and we're going to play with these. Okay. Now I'll get started with mixing the resin up. I won't stir it or anything on camera. I'll just do that. Oh, let me answer a question. Somebody wanted to know what it was that I put in the frog, and I pulled it, and now I don't know what I did with it. I pulled it to show you. If you could see my garage, you would understand why this is an issue. I pulled it down just so I could show you, and now I put it somewhere. Oh, that's horrible. It was actually, I had bought it at a thrift store, and it was beads from, okay, this is going to bother me. It's not a small jar. It is, okay, that's fine. Oh, here it is. I hit it. Okay. That's the green little pellets. That's what it's called. Undead Apocalypse Precision Grade Ammo. Oh, this is for paint. Guns, I think. Seamless Airsoft BBs. Oh, no, they're BBs. Yep, they're for airsoft guns, BB guns. They're not soft. They feel really hard to me. I would not want to be hit by one of these. But we're going to get the hammer out. We're going to see what's inside. Uh-oh, not that one, we're not. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, there's nothing inside. This is like, it looks fluorescent, like glow-in-the-dark stuff though, doesn't it? But it's just a hard plastic. There's no liquid on the inside. And oh no, I would not want to be. That would hurt. But that's what they are. And somebody asked that, so I'm answering by showing you. Okay. And I cleaned my stuff out, but oh, I didn't do it right away. I waited till it dried, and it was a booger. It was, and I still didn't get it all out. And I turned this inside out and everything out. Same thing with the glasses. I think it's a lot better to wipe these things out. And normally I do, but I forgot. And so, yeah, if you're doing resin, clean it out before it gets hard. It's so much easier that way. We're using the Latte resin. Let me get my respirator on. I will try to talk louder and more defined. See, I watched that and I thought, oh, this is horrible. Because you really couldn't understand me. So I'm hoping maybe this will make it a little bit better. My my hair clippy is in the wrong spot. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to try to talk louder and more defined. So maybe you will be able to hear this. I am using this because I'm going to dunk this into the resin and then put this in there. And I'm not going to use this whole sheet, so we might as well go ahead and cut this. This was a freebie. This didn't cost me anything. It came with Amazon package envelope. Let's use that one. That one's not quite It is wrinkly. Okay. And I am going to mix up I'm going to mix up 8 ounces. And this does take a little while because it's the pump, and I know you can't see it. In the side view, you could have seen me doing this, but I don't think that you can see as closely straight. I think it's better straight down when you're doing something like this. Let me know in the comments which way you prefer. And if you think it makes a difference on what project I'm doing. Okay, that was B. And this is like 3.4 ounces in these cups. Okay. And I thought I had cups. Okay, and then I'm going to put another ounce. So it's going to be just a little above 8 ounces. Okay. And then A is going to take no longer. A is thicker. And the thing doesn't pop up. Oh, I need to turn my air purifier on. It's 73 degrees down here, y'all. And it normally stays right at about 68. But the real feel temperatures outside has been like 106 degrees. Dan had to work out in this heat today. I haven't gone anywhere. I let Buster Boo outside 3 times, and I go outside with him. And then I went outside when a big old huge hawk flew into our yard. And was sitting on the rim of our swimming pool. And then Ashley and John and I watched a mockingbird, which was 10 times smaller than the hawk. We watched that mockingbird attack that hawk. Not once, not twice, It had to have been 10 times. And I kept talking to the mockingbird, of course, like it could hear me. Please, go hide in the trees. That hawk is going to eat you. And the hawk took it for a while, but got tired of the bird pecking at him and took out after him. And when that happened, I saw 3 cardinals and another bird go after the hawk. Now we have a lot of birds in our yard. And the hawk is a new addition, but there is 2 hawks and a baby hawk in those big trees in the back of our yard. And the way that we keep building, nature has to go somewhere, y'all. Okay. I hope it does not sound like I'm screaming at y'all. I'm trying to talk more defined and loud. I feel like I'm screaming. Okay. Now I'm not going to use the mixer. I do have a mixer. And I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me mix this, but I want you to know that I've got this spatula. As I'm going around, that spatula is staying on the bottom of this dish at all times. It does not leave the bottom of this. And you need that. You need to make sure that whatever you're using to stir stays on the bottom to get a really good thorough mix. And then every once in a while I will stop and I will scrape the sides. And you can see those spatulas are always on the bottom. I used to use these, and then I used to use, I have bukus of them. I used to use the big popsicle sticks, and I used to use these straight silicone sticks. But I like these spatulas. You can get them at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. Because you can use them in any size dish, and it keeps it on the bottom. And you stir until you don't see any of the, I call it veining, but it's where you can see the difference between A and B. It's like swirls. And I call it veining because that's what it reminds me of. And depending on what container you've got your resin in, how cold or how warm your resin is, what you're using to stir your resin, all these are going to have an influence on how long it takes you to mix your resin thoroughly. I mean, somebody can say, oh, you need to mix your resin 3 minutes. 3 minutes you need to stir. If you're doing this and you're not touching the bottom for 3 minutes, you're not going to get it stirred. It's not going to cure right. If you're stirring your resin this way for 3 minutes, it's not going to stir right. So, I'm just showing you, always on the bottom, I'm mixing the whole bowl. You can see every bit of that resin moving around. And then I stop and I do scrape the edges. And I'm going to put this up here. There's bubbles. I'm not worried about the bubbles. There would be like white streaks going through. And some people will do this, and I'll show you this because I'm going to be using this anyway. Some people think this is a really good way of making sure that your resin is mixed up. It's an extra step, but resin is expensive. It doesn't take that long. I'm scraping it all out. I'm scraping the bottom, I'm scraping the sides to make sure that it's all out of my container. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to mix it in there, not at all. I'm just going to pour it right back in there. Again, scraping all of it out. It's like if you've ever made an iced coffee or a smoothie. I do pretty much. I'm not going to say every day, but I do quite often. And I take my coffee cup and an extra glass. And to get my iced coffee thoroughly mixed, and I do have a frother, but I love to froth my milk that I put in my coffee, but I still pour it like that back and forth to get it mixed really good. So it does work. So if you're worried, that is a step that you can do. And I said I was not going to do this, but if there's a new person out there just learning resin, it's important. Okay. So I'm going to take this and I am going to put this in the bubble machine. And I love the fact that I have it here and it's ready to go anytime I need to use it. Oh, my respirator's coming off. I am going to set it for 6 minutes. And I will be back when that comes out of the debubbler. I wanted to show y'all the bubbles in that. Look at all those bubbles. Look at that. And it has 42 seconds left. Oh, and see, it's already dropped. Look. They were raised up and now they're not. Alrighty, I'm going to put you back up on this and hope I don't mess it up. It should be shopping? No, it should be stopping soon. I am going to crumble this up a little bit. There it goes. I did turn the air purifier up a little bit because there was alcohol where I cleaned. Okay, I'm just going to see. This may be too much, but I want it to go in everywhere. So just wondering if I should break it up or leave it. I think I need to break it up a little bit. Okay. That's what it looks like. Now I'm going to spray this. And there's still bubbles in there. It is not bubble free, but oh, it's a whole lot better than what it would have been. Okay. I think I'm going to cut this in strips, and I've got extra. If I need extra. I may not need this much. I have no idea. This may, you know, I don't know. Okay, I am going to because this is such a detailed mold, I am pouring alcohol down in here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, do I have to poke? Okay. That was coffee. This is apricot. And yes, I am pouring it. I like that color actually. Okay. And this is Latte. Okay, and then this is black. I did not mix this up. I'm not putting much of the black. Okay. Now, I'm going to pour a little bit more resin. Now, I'm going to stick that down in here. Okay. Okay, I need to cut another piece. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to make more resin up. Well, I'm gonna leave these out for right now, because what I'm gonna do is get some of this. Yeah, this is some of the filler that's gonna go in to help bring that resin up. I don't think the alcohol ink is going to do anything in this because of what I'm putting in it. I don't know if you're even going to be able to see this as dark as it is. You see, I'm looking to see where I see white, because that means oh, I forgot to put my mask back on. It's too late now, but this is not good. Okay. to have to mix up more. And I'm afraid there's going to be just a big old gloppy mess in here. But I didn't want to use clear. I can't even turn the camera off. Okay, I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to mix up some more resin, and when I get done with that, I'll be back. Okay, we are back. And I mixed up roughly 5 more ounces. So we're going to just pour it in here. Now I'm worried that is going to come up. I don't want that coming up. Okay, now part of that's going to show. So I'm going to do this. I don't think it's going to show a whole lot, but let's just see what happens. Uh-oh. Somehow I have lost my Pokey. Let's see if this won't do it. Nope. Nope. Okay, that did it. Yeah, this is the white. That's going to have to go down. I'm making it worse. I know I can cut this off, but I'd rather not. So I think what I'm going to do, so I don't have to cut that off, is I'm putting something heavier on top of it. Okay. And I don't want to color. Oh, and that worked. Oh, that so worked. Look at that. Okay. I'm trying to pop the bubbles as they come up. Okay. I'm going to put this in the curing machine. And I do have, I can pick it up and just stick it right in there. And I'm going to go upstairs and get me something to eat. And a couple hours later, I will come back and we will try to finish this up. Alrighty, we are back. It is now about 11:45. I actually fell asleep on the couch. But we're down here and we are going to demold this. It did not come, I know it did not come out the way that I was hoping for, but and this actually did take, let's see, how much resin did I use? 6 and another 5, so 11 ounces. Okay. I am going to just take it off this way. Now we didn't use any mica powder. The only thing that we used was the Latte resin alcohol inks in here. So let's see, I've got 2 big areas there, but I can do something with those. Let's just what the sides look like. Okay, let's just flip it over. Oh, I don't like, that's the white. That was a sinker. And I wished I hadn't put the sand in there, because I think I would have loved it if it had been like that all over. Because you can't even see. Oh, that's a white sand. Yeah, so you can't even see the stuff. You can right here. You see that? And that would have been so cool to have that all the way through. Yep. I should have just not put any of the sand, but I was trying to look for the... You can see it right there. And you can see a bit of it right there. That would look so cool if I had not put the white sand in there. That's what that is. That's the white sand. Does it look bad? No, it does not look bad. And for it to look like this with just what I put in there, there's no mica powder. There's nothing but alcohol ink and filler. So the colors are pretty, almost an amber effect, and I think I would have absolutely loved it if I had not have put the filler in, just the paper, no sand. If I just, because look, that's, I think that would have been gorgeous. I don't consider this a fail. It's just not what I was hoping for. Alrighty, I think we're gonna this up. Yeah, the more I look at it, it's actually, I don't know, you can, oh, see, you can see it through there too. I just think it would have been, yeah. I may try it again without the sand, and know that I'll have to put that much resin in there, because I think it would be really cool looking. Alrighty, I'm going to thank each and every one of you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought. And any questions you might have, please leave those in the comments too. And hit that thumbs up like button for me, and the hype button. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to do so. We're so close to the 5,000 mark, and I would love it if we hit the 5,000 mark, because Latte Resin has already told me that once I hit the 5,000 mark, they would sponsor giveaways for y'all, and I think that would be awesome. So that is my next goal, is to hit 5,000, so that can happen. And I can already tell the Latte Resin alcohol inks, they are very pigmented. For this to turn the amber color that it turned right here, and that's nothing but alcohol ink in clear resin, then yeah, very, very, very pigmented. I think that would have been, yeah. And the bottom did get a little bit, but that I can sand that down. I think I'm going to keep this anyway. I have one upstairs. And I think this would actually complement the other one. So I will probably keep this one. It was just an experiment, but I'm happy with it. And I want to say a big shout out to Latte Resin for sending me the alcohol ink. They actually sent me the resin too, and I'm thoroughly enjoying using both. Alrighty, y'all have a fantastic evening. I'm going to go to bed, and this will be up on Tuesday. You'll be watching this on Tuesday. And I do plan on doing another video on Tuesday, which will be the last day of June. Oh my word. And you probably won't see that until July the 1st. Thank you again so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.